Oh, here he goes. Go. Good?
That's a big fish.
Full hand on tail. Yeah, looks sick. Good deal.
Look how broad that thing is.
I wonder if that was the one that pulled me in.
Beautiful.
Oh my.
That's a big
That's a
fish.
big fish, dude. Limp! That's what I've been waiting for all day.
That's over 6.
Felt that bite.
Damn, I think low and slow is the way to go, eh, baby?
First big of the year on.
The thing I'm about to tie on.
Get him, get him.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Calm down. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here.
Yeah, dude!
Dude.
6 pounds, 11 ounces.
Oh my god, please get the net. Please, 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 please get the net.
I got you, buddy. Oh my god. I got you.
That was the weirdest bite ever. Oop. That was a good one? Yep.
Sure, feels like it.
Sure is.
I can't turn her head, bud. Holy sh! What the? Is that another 6?
Could be.
The second giant of the day, proving that point. Oh my god! Oh my god! Yes! Big baits, big fish. There we go, 5 pounds, 6 ounces. Beauty! Let's go. Got him. Get in here, you. There's another 6. You. That's a big fish.
6'10". Woo-hoo-hoo. A little fatty.
Oh my god.
If I can land this fish.
Holy sh! 5.06. Sick. Oh my god! Oh my god! Holy sh! God. What a beast. Dude, that's it, that's it! I'm 4 pounds smaller. I need a picture. Sorry.
Oh wow. That might be a 4. That might be a 4.
Yeah, it's a 4. You guys show that off too. 4 pounds, 12 ounces. Holy. Trailers, what's getting it done? Yeah?
Yeah.
Dude, that's unbelievable. That's a 4.
He's still swimming.
There we go. That's a big fish. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes! 414 though. Gee. Not too shabby. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another Reel Northern Bass Talk. We are your hosts, Sean and Andrew.
Hi.
First time here. Thank you for joining us.
My turn too.
We have no idea what we're talking about, but we're going to pretend. How is everybody doing at any rate? There's a couple things I would like to bring people's attention to. First off, obviously, thank you everybody that is here. Second, if you haven't done so, please drop a like on the stream, whether you're watching here on YouTube or on Facebook. Either way, it helps us more than you know. We are knocking on the door of 7,000 subscribers. And one of the things I know that we've talked about a lot over the last, several years is sharing is caring. So for anybody that has been going out of their way to share anything that we do, appreciate you. That's what's really helping drive growth, I think, more than anything. That's at least how it's always been, going way back into my gaming channel days. So for anybody that is doing that, thank you very much. We did have a pretty fun day in Champlain this past Saturday. I will have that video up for Friday, which is also awesome, keeping the train rolling. Spotify has been staying up to date. So this will come up on Saturday at Spotify, and I usually put it up at like 4:30 a.m. That way anybody that's out there very nice and early, going out fishing, ideally, maybe you got something to listen to, if that's your jam, which is always fun. Slight delay in the... and then there's issues like this.
Maybe it's you.
Audio, default, Roadcaster. Well, it's not the right thing. Huh. Settings. Camera.
Godzilla movies.
Well.
Anybody else?
Oh, well, that's probably you then if you're streaming and streaming. Sounds fine. Okay, good.
Cute.
Good. One of the things I would like to bring everybody's attention to is the Bass Nation National Championship going on Lake Hartwell right now. New Hampshire's very own Tim Doobie is currently in first place, which is friggin' awesome.
Yes, sirs.
If
He's killing it.
Anybody has ever met and or fished with Tim, you would understand that it's really not a surprise to see him doing so well. Dude's a hammer. No matter where he goes, he is a hammer. He knows what he's doing out there. Mm-hmm. So it was really good. Like I didn't get a chance to follow anything that was going on today, and driving home, and I was like, oh yeah, this is going on. And I looked it up, and right there, front page center, all of a sudden, even I got a Bass Nation just posted on Instagram notification, and it's like Tim Doobie takes the lead.
I got that too.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. You're going to have to bring your microphone up to your face.
Yes, I am.
Right there, front dead center. Oh, God. I need to get plates for the corners of the table so these mics don't keep dying. They're just taking a dive. I'll get that sorted one of these days. Much, much better. Which is pretty awesome. So, there's that. Oh, Garrett, thank you. Garrett, you also had, I mean, not the day you were looking for, but you're not out of it, man. You are not out of it. Go out and hammer him tomorrow.
Sean said he's putting his boat away because he has a few more weeks till the baby's due. Well, guess what, Sean? That means you have a few more weeks to go fishing.
That's damn right. You put the boat away after.
Comes out, it goes away.
Oh, you know what? It's been a while. I'm going to do a sound off in the chat just because there's many people here. Gordy, Dave, Jason, Kevin, Mike, Sean. Oh, boy. There's actually a lot of you here. David. Pardon me. Sorry, Alec. Dan. Oh, boy. Holy crap. Garrett and Mike and Mike. Yeah, I think I got everybody, which is awesome. What did Dan say? Boat goes away after the baby comes out. That's right. Remember your priorities, Sean.
Yes.
Don't you forget. Oh, and JP's here. Hey, friend. Tonight's an open topic night, so at any point you guys want to start firing off questions at us, by all means, go for it. We can talk about our weekend fishing report, though, for anybody that's still out there fishing big water. Water temps are definitely dropping fast.
Yeah.
Finally.
Fish are everywhere.
Water temps still very warm, though.
All over the place. Everything's all over the place.
Probably the most surprising thing about the weekend was the fact that we'd pull up to a spot, catch a fish, and then just... it died. Huh. Okay.
One fish per spot. Maybe two, if we're lucky.
Until the last two spots at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And then the first of those last two spots produced decent numbers. But we finally got more than just one fish off a spot, but like they're all squeakers. Oh, I did hook into something pretty good down that timber. And I would love to. I mean, it felt good. For all I know, it felt bigger because it immediately wrapped around that log. Like I hooked it. And it pulled my line down around a log, and it was on my drop shot.
We caught a few there at that spot.
Yeah.
It's like the further north we went, the better they were biting.
Yeah, big time. And so we were fishing Lake Champlain all around North Hero.
I
don't know, man. There was some pretty good weights posted down there from the weekend.
It probably would have been good if we went down there.
we just need to spend more time down there because I just don't know anything about it.
Wait.
We'll figure it out.
Whose boat and trailer got hit?
Ryan, you poor bastard. His boat and trailer got hit.
Oh.
Someone backed into it.
Idiots. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It happens. I feel for you, friend. I feel for you. But, no, I don't know, man. Like, it wasn't a bad trip by any means. I mean, our best five went a little over 15 pounds, which is not good, but it's not bad. Tell you what, if you were in New Hampshire, you'd win a tournament, so there's that. We have been crapping all over New Hampshire fishing.
It's because it sucks.
In all fairness, the 6 or 7 different ponds we chose to fish for the 2 months sucked.
True.
It just never turned around.
It's not horrible. You just got to be north of Winnie or west of the Connecticut, and you're good to go.
It was not great. But then the last spot we hit up there was actually pretty good. Sean caught 2 good ones, and then I caught one decent one.
Gonna get bit.
That was the funniest, dude. Sean, by the way, I got that captured perfectly on all my footage. So I know you already posted it, but I have a backup to that. Oh my God, Jamie from Samatus Baits is in the house. Hey, friend.
Hey, Mr. Samatus.
Been a long time. But yeah, no, that was it. Fish are definitely on the move. That fall transition is here, depending upon the size of the body of water that you're fishing. Smaller ponds are moving along much more rapidly. You have a little more stability in those bigger, deeper ponds. So keep that in mind as you go out this weekend. I have no idea what the weather's going to be. All I know is that we were supposed to go to Oneida, which I was really looking forward to, with our buddy TJ for Smallmouth Freaks on Instagram. But the wind is not going to allow for that. And he's going to barge for a boat. And if he says no go in his boat, you know it's going to be bad.
If TJ says no, you're not going to go.
Kevin, a couple spots in Southern Maine were on fire last weekend. Damn, that's awesome. Well, depending upon what the weather does, I know we can tow the boat far. I think we have enough oil left in there to run some smaller bodies of water, but like long runs are probably out of the question. I know we have enough gas. So maybe we will go to Maine this weekend. There's plenty of smaller bodies of water up there that even if the wind's kind of hella bad, we can get around it.
Yeah.
Should make for a long day because we're looking at like 2.5 to 3 hours to get to most of those good ones, which isn't bad. We just did 4 hours for Champlain, so it'd be like taking a small kind of a break. It was a long day. But so we were able to borrow our friend DJ's boat. He's been on the stream the last couple of weeks, 3D_fishing. So he let us borrow the Purple People Leader.
Console.
Phoenix. It was great. Console. Thanks, Sean. Ryan, I didn't say anything yet because we weren't sure. It was a very last minute idea from DJ, and he was like, well, and so I texted him. I was like, all right, yeah, we're good. Can we like crash your house to make it easier? Because it's 5 hours from my house. From his house, it's 3 hours. He's like, yeah. And he was like, but the wind might not allow for this. So we didn't say anything to anybody yet until we knew what the hell the wind was going to do. And then he texted me this morning. He's like, it's not going to happen. Let's just make other plans. It's like, all right. Let's not talk about Jody. That was absolutely insane that he got 31.5 pounds on 5 fish the other day.
Did he really?
Yes, he really
Good
did.
for him.
Yep. That's
like 3 straight
nuts.
weeks. He's been right around the 30 pound mark.
Yeah. And then he had just shy of 18 pounds on 3 fish of the Wednesday nighter too.
Yeah.
Guy's just on a different level. I mean, he won a Bass Open this year, so not surprised.
True.
But all right,
he knows what he's doing.
I did see some questions,
Ooh,
and there was one that I really wanted to grab. Well, let's talk. That was an easy one first. So, who said it first?
I think Ryan.
Was it Ryan?
I believe so.
Thoughts on the ERA rods? These are the new rods that are coming out from Douglas Rods, which we both have several different X Matrix and LRS rods from them. Extremely happy with all of them. The new ERA series is going to be their lower cost option that they're bringing out. And I think the sale price is still TBD.
It was $100.
Did they actually announce it?
Oh, that's what they told me.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's accurate. Don't listen to me. I'm usually not that accurate with information.
Let's go with about 100. So I don't.
Yeah,
oh,
see,
there it is.
$100,
Okay, he
I was
did
right.
say $100.
Cool.
All right. So I got to hold several of them. I didn't actually end up fishing one, but Andrew did. So he can elaborate on that.
It was nice. Honestly, like I pretty much grabbed. It was one with a mag draft on it, so I just grabbed it. I just wanted to cast out a bunch of times. Never caught a fish on a mag draft, so I knew I wasn't getting bit. But I was just like kind of flipping and skipping the mag draft up underneath this bridge and just kind of casting a bunch of different ways, and boy, did it feel nice. For $100 rod, you guys would be crazy not to pick a couple up. I'm definitely gonna pick like 2 or 3 of them up.
I am too. I like the look of them too. That gray looks
It's like
really, really good.
Very soft, matty looking gray, but it's still glossy.
Yeah,
So
it's like a
nice.
soft gloss.
Soft gloss.
I got to see them when I was at iCast back in July. I got to go to the booth and meet the owner, and I get to meet Fred, the rod guy, and there was a couple other guys that I met there as well, and it was good. But they had those rods there, so I got to pick them up, feel them, kind of bend around a little bit, and they're. Dude, for that price point, they're going to be stupid good rods. And it's great because it gives them a good entry-level rod to get people in because admittedly it's tough to swallow, tough pill to swallow to get, in with a new rod company at 160, I think, 165 or 180, depending upon the model for the LRS. Then you're like 330 to 360 for those X Matrix. But dude, I tell you, out of all the rods I've used, and I've even used other like rods from friends, those X Matrix rods, I'm bougie. I'm trying to fill up my whole collection with those X Matrix rods.
They're something different.
Dude.
I mean, we spent how many years with Lew's and had all their
4 seasons,
top of the line Lew's rods, reels, the whole gambit.
Yep.
These X Matrix rods they're nice.
I would put their LRS rods up against pretty much all of the high-end Lew's rods, and the X Matrix just on a whole nother level.
Yeah, they're I was surprised, to be completely honest. Like, I just saw these rods and I was like, it's just another rod company. Whatever. I guess I'll try them. Nope. I freaking love them. They're amazing. Especially with the big baits. I got a rod rated from 6 to 14 ounces. And that thing, it doesn't feel, it's so light, and it doesn't feel like I'm casting a 250 on, like, just a big broomstick. Like, it's comfortable, and it doesn't, like, snap as you cast it. It's just like a woof. And it just sends the bait like 100 feet.
I never thought about it until you said that, but you're absolutely right. It doesn't have like that tip whiplash that you get when you're throwing like a 6, 7, 8 ounce glide.
It's just like a
yep.
And it just sends the baits like super easy. And like that's how all of their rods are. It's not just the big baits or anything like that, just because that's not all I throw. But like the jig rods, I used the jig rod up there too, up on Champlain this past weekend. That thing was phenomenal. You got their LRS rods, like my Okashira rod. I tried the new jerkbait rod too. I'm 100% getting the jerkbait rod. I forget what model it is. I'm sure Sean can elaborate on that.
Yeah, Sean, elaborate.
But
Not
they're
me, Sean, the other
they're
Sean.
just all good. 7.6, I think so.
You said 760. Oh yeah, the DXC 766
704
XF, and then the 704M is great. 765 is a great A-rig rod, which is phenomenal. We've got several rods. I talk a lot about them in the video, and actually one video that I've been like kind of holding in the pipeline for a little bit that for like something I'd like to make is an updated like rod arsenal video. But at this point, probably wait until the spring when I'll have an opportunity to swap out a lot more of my current rods with even more Douglas rods.
Yeah, they're sick.
Yeah.
If you haven't had one or used one yet, try, was it ERA or ERA, whatever they are?
Yeah.
Try those rods out first. And that's just like a glimpse of what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
Moving from that to the LRS, and then from the LRS up to the X Matrix.
Plus side.
Eating cookies. His wife
My wife
me.
makes some bomb
Bake
oatmeal
for
peanut
me.
butter cookies. So the plus side too, for anybody that's local to this area, if you want to get out there and actually get your hands on some rods, check them out. I know Sean Miller is in Vermont. He's relatively close to Lake Champlain on the southern end, like closer to South Bay area than anything. And he has rods. He has demo rods on hand that he can share to people. We should probably work with Douglas on that to see if we can get some sample rods in our hands that we can carry out of this, because we're all over the damn place. Then we can let people know. We can meet people at the ramp either first thing in the morning or in the afternoon, and they can come feel them. But more important than anything, Ben's Tackle Shack down in Leicester, Mass. has them. I know that they have several of the LRS series and the X Matrix series, both in spinning and casting options, including a couple of swim bait rated rods. So if that's your thing, I highly recommend you take a look at those X Matrix rods. And then he's going to get the new rods as well. So if you're interested, plenty of them. Alec, thank you. I can't read it out loud. I realize that I should probably keep this a little bit cleaner than I normally would because of the potential audience, professional standing wise. You just never know.
It's getting to that point. You should probably chill the hell out.
Just a bit. So there you go. If you guys are interested in Douglas, you can always go down there. Mike, they're all over the place within a range, depending upon what you're looking at. And just so I don't misspeak, because I want to make sure I do remember correctly, why is my keyboard not working?
Anywhere between $100 and
Well, I can't tell you.
just around $400.
Oh, hang on. I'm lucky that it was actually one of the last things that I looked up. So if you were talking about the LRS series, they range from about, oh boy, it's a little all over the place. And a lot of that depends on the length. So like $200 to
$89.
Yeah, but I would say, but those are, now you're getting
That's
like
a
towards
13'6" rod.
Yeah.
That's more of like a surf casting rod.
200 to 230 on the LRS rods is pretty safe to where you're going to go with that. On the X Matrix rods, it's a little bit steeper. That's going to set you back 300 to, I believe, 360 is about your average price. Yeah, because 710, 360. So still totally worth the money. I mean, the only rods that I own that can touch the overall quality, like everything about the X Matrix series. And like what a lot of people that don't spend a lot of money on rods, they don't know like, well, what's the benefit? Better sensitivity and lighter weight is like really the two biggest things I can tell you. You're going to get a much better performing rod in the sense of how much more you can feel out of it. And it's going to be a lot lighter when it's doing that. It's kind of like camping gear, really, in that point. When you start paying for higher-end camping gear, well, the rain jacket's a rain jacket, right? No, it's drier and it's a hell of a lot lighter. Same with, like, your bag and everything. Same principle. So that's what it comes down to.
Oh, and if you break them and have anything happen to them at all, give them a call. It's a lifetime warranty.
Bingo.
You don't have to send in the piece of the rod, cut it, and whatever. Just call them and they'll hook you up.
Yeah. The only other rod, that's what I'm going to say, the only rods that I have that are remotely close to the quality of the X Matrix rods are anything I've had custom built by Wicked Custom Rods. And now those still surpass the overall quality and
price point.
Yeah, definitely price point, quality and sensitivity. There's another word I was looking for, but it escapes me right now. But the sensitivity. But then again, I dropped like $650 on my custom setup, so one would expect it to be a little bit better. You're in a very, very, very different price point range at that point. $650 for a spinning rod is a little steep, but oh my God.
It is, but it's so nice.
And honestly, the X Matrix goes almost toe to toe with it. I'd start to notice the difference if I was throwing it all day with like a 3/4 ounce weight on it. And if I was in like 50 plus feet, I think that's where the differences really start to shine.
I want to get like a Hustler specific spinning rod setup.
Oh, you mean like mine?
Yeah.
So I initially had that rod built for Hustlers, and it's too stiff. It needs to be a medium, I think, because it's a 7.2 medium heavy fast. And for 3/8 and higher, it's money. But if I try and go to a 1/4 ounce, I'm finding I'm struggling a little bit.
That's when I throw it on my Okashira rod.
Hella light. But yeah, all right. That's everything we got to share on Douglas for now. I do want to move along because there was a lot of other good questions, and I do like this one from Jason. Thoughts on the MLF changes? I am on the up and up on this. Are you? Did you see what they announced?
I didn't.
Okay, so
I was working.
Short and skinny of it is for next year, they are going back to the every fish counts format. Now, whether or not the minimum has changed, because the first year they did it had to be a minimum of a pound. And then towards the end, I think the last year, they moved it up to a minimum 2 pounds. And then they went to a 5-fish format like everybody else did. Well, now they're going back. And this is the part I don't remember if it's starting 2024 or 2025. They're also going to a top 50 field for their Bass Pro Tour. So they're tightening up the size of the field considerably, for one, and two. Then there's a little bit of a format change with like the dates, because they have the Group A, Group B thing where they split the fields and like everybody fishes day 1 and 2, but then one group fishes day 3, the other group fishes day 4, and then they combine everybody for days 5 and 6. Their format's kind of wonky, but that's the gist of it. The reason they said they're doing it is that their growth stagnated after they went to a 5-fish limit for the year. I don't think that's their problem.
I don't either. That's how everybody else does it, and they haven't had any issues.
They're missing that end of day interaction with fans. That's the biggest difference. Everybody wants to get up on that stage. We like to see people get up on that stage. I think, is that the end all be all answer? No. Is it my opinion? Yes. Let's keep that in mind.
Yes.
Would it help? Yeah, I really think it would. But to me, in my opinion, I think that's the biggest difference as to why their growth is stagnated. Like when that format, catch, weigh, release came out, like it was new and exciting, but I think they made the mistake of every fish over a pound counting. Because when they first did it and they had almost all of bass come out with them, like they were growing like wildfire and everybody was all over it. But then everybody immediately got sick of watching them catch dink after dink after dink, because that's what guys were like, well, I can win doing that. I'll catch 101 pounders and win, versus somebody go out there and swing for the fences on a bunch of 2 to 3 pounders. If they had started with a minimum of 2 pounds out of the gate, then I think it would have helped them a lot better in the long run. But that's my opinion on
Nobody
the matter.
wants to see 100 dinks caught in a day. They want to see 5 freaking slobs.
Right. If
And they
people
want to see them holding them up on stage at the end of the day.
Yep. If people want to see someone catch 100 dinks during the day, guys, I would have lived on 3 different ponds the last 5 years doing this channel, and we could have done that for every video.
Right.
Half Moon. The other place.
The other place. Oh, and the other place.
And the other place. That we
and
just
that
went to.
other one, too.
That Smalley place, the Deepswater Smalley place.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dink City. We could do that all day long, every time. It'd be great, but nobody wants to see that because it's repetitive. Not to say there isn't something you can't learn from instances like that, but my take on it is I still think it's the right decision for them to do it, for them to go back to their roots and do something different. I think it would be a mistake if they went back to the 1 pound format because that was the biggest gripe that everybody said while they were doing it. I don't know. That's my take.
I don't really care.
At least on the format. The idea, though, of them like really shrinking it down to 50 anglers.
That's kind of...
I'm wondering if that's a cash flow decision. Because why else would you limit the number of anglers that could participate in your premier fishing league, your premier professional fishing league?
Make people more famous.
Yeah, but...
Like if there's a top 10 every tournament, or all the same 10 dudes.
Right, but if you drop it to 50, it's not going to change.
Right.
It's still going to be the same top 10. It's still going to be Jacob Wheeler, Angler of the Year at the end of the year.
Yeah, I know, right?
I actually would like to see him, like, give a shot in the opens.
Yeah, why wouldn't he?
Just for yucks.
I'm not going to sit here and talk shit about him like Randy.
Yeah, seriously. Man,
I just saw something on here. Kevin Joyle.
Oh, I gotta catch all the way up on this side because I pulled that from way the hell up. Was he asking about A-rigs?
Yeah.
We're going to go back up a little bit again.
There's
Kevin.
different size color baits on an A-rig. If so, how drastic?
Oh,
So
that's a great question.
This past... Sorry.
Bless you.
When the hell was I last throwing an A-rig? This past weekend.
I was just Saturday, 4 days ago.
Yeah, I had 2.8-inch Kitex as my dummies, and I had 5-inch Easy Shiners as my 2 live ones.
Why is that?
That one's...
That's the YouTube stream. You know what? It could just be an issue on my
it's just
end.
because it's... I don't know. But, yeah.
Too many things open.
And colors. There was one day during the kids camp we did up, the Candlewood Kids Camp up on Champlain. I was throwing like 3 different colors on there just because those are the baits that I had, and they were hitting it all the same. So I don't think it really makes a difference. I think it's just a big object going through the water, and I mean, a lot of the time smallies go after a certain color, either whatever they're eating. But, I mean, if you got this big chandelier thing dangling in front of their face, I think they're just going to bite it no matter what.
Yeah.
For the most part.
I do differentiate my sizes a little bit, but it's very minor. I typically throw 2.8-inch and 3.3-inch Kitex on my setups. I have tried the Beast Coast Slow Flows one day, but that was before I was able to stock up on a ton of them, so I should try it again. You have to work it really, really slow. Like that name of the bait is very appropriate, because if you get it going faster than slow, the tail doesn't kick right, which is great because what it's doing at that slow movement speed is what you want out of that a lot of the time of the year. So it's perfect for that. I go back and forth on the A-rig. It depends on how you have it set up. If you go like 1/8 ounce heads across the board on like a Flash Mob Junior, then it's probably light enough you can really slow roll it and get the most out of those baits. But for myself, I typically run on a 5-arm rig, 3 dummies across the top, all with 1/8 ounce heads with 2.8-inch Kitex. And then, actually top, and one of the bottom ones. And then the other bottom one is a 3.3. And then the center one, which sticks out a little bit further than the other ones, is also a 3.3. And so it's the top 2 in the middle that get 1/8 heads. The 2 bottom ones get 1/4 ounce heads, because I want it to stay level. My concern is if I use 3 equal weights, that there's a chance it might like rotate and spin as you're reeling it in. So having those 2 slightly heavier heads on the bottom just kind of helps keep it centered and falls down through. If you slow it down a little bit, it's just going to, do what it's supposed to do. It's going to just kind of drop a little bit. And you can flare it and you make the baits kind of just dance a little bit and pop. And it's good. And that's it. I keep it super simple. It's really, really subtle. It's a half-inch difference between my 3-inch dummies, my 3 dummies, and then the 2 that are on a reel hook when we're trying to keep it, legal for Vermont and Connecticut. But Connecticut's 5 hooks. I take that back. Basically just Vermont. But then when we go to New York and Connecticut is 5 hooks, and I'll just use the same size on those because that doesn't matter. The idea is I want slightly bigger. I mean, slightly. That's why it's only a half-inch difference in the 2.8 to the 3.3 from my dummies to the ones with the real hooks. And I'm not sure but I think it works. No, it works. It definitely makes a difference because we don't catch a ton of fish on it, but we're probably 95% of our fish catches, when we get bit, they bite the right damn hook.
Yeah. You're giving them a bigger profile to eat. They're like, oh, look at those little ones. Oh, wait, that one's bigger. I want that. Yeah.
Or even dip with one of the tails and a little bit of chartreuse or something. Like that helps too. Just something to differentiate your dummies from your real hooks. You want to make sure that they're honing in on the right thing. It's been a while. Don't do it.
I'm not going to.
That's it's funny because it's been a while since I have gotten hit on one of my dummies, and we were up in the 2-day tournament for the Berkshire Fall Classic. Towards the end of the day, we were like, dude, if we get one more fourth, I think we can feel confident we at least have second place. And I got trucked on the A-rig. I set the hook and it pulled a little drag, and the rod doubled over for all of like 1.5 seconds, and then just boop, popped free. I'm like, oh, you be kidding me? He actually ate the dummy. It hasn't happened in so long, but he just came up and smoked the dummy. And I really wish he didn't, because I would love to know how big that fish was. It felt good. It felt right. That's for damn sure.
Hi, Chris.
Oh, hey, Chris.
Talking about you today.
Hang on. I saw one comment. I'm not even going to pin it, but forward-facing sonar makes the product boring to watch. Depends on your perspective. I disagree with you vehemently on that, and Jamie was right on it. So sick of hearing that forward-facing sonar makes it boring to watch. Let's be honest, watching fishing in general is pretty boring compared to doing it. You're friggin' spot on. And that's the thing that, like, anglers that were boring before forward-facing sonar are still boring. And vice versa. Anglers that were exciting before forward-facing sonar are still exciting. For me, my perspective, my opinion, what I find most exciting about any angler, regardless of they're standing there in a tin can and casting at the bank blindly, or if they're using literally every piece of technology available to them, they have 10 different iterations of it, is the guys that explain what they're doing. They're going through the rationale of their decision-making and how they're breaking down the water. And whether they're staring down at their forward-facing sonar or not, doesn't matter. It's the way in the depth of how they explain what it is that they're trying to do and how they articulate what it is that they're doing. That's what's always been exciting for me. But I'm a hardcore nerd for devil's in the details. I like to hear all that technical jargon and every little nuance about what people are seeing. That's like, I caught a smallmouth in 35 feet, and the crawfish he spit up had just a little flake of blue in it. But, if any smallmouth I caught in 27.234 feet and shallower, there was no blue. So when I'm out deeper, I throw a little bit of blue, and that's what I've been killing it on. It's like, obviously an exaggerated conversation, but you get my point. It's really, really detailed conversations like that from guys when they're out there live in tournaments. That's exciting. And how they're doing it, I don't give a crap. It's how they're communicating it.
As long as they show it, like the forward-facing sonar on the screen, so we can see, instead of just sitting there watching them just do this all day. It gives you something to watch. Right.
That is a huge improvement that they brought in. Which, no, I'm not even going to say that. Never mind. I can't let some things be known. Not in a negative way. Like, actually very, very good things, but I can't. Sorry.
Fine.
Going back. I did see, actually, Garrett, how you going? Have you guys seen how Bass is changing the Nation Series next year? Yes. And for the worse, which is something they seem to be doing a lot of.
What are they doing now?
I can't remember off the top of my head, but they're making it more restricted. When you're trying to get in through the STQT, if memory serves correct, they've essentially tightened up the manner and, I forget what they did. For like the current format, you fish in a bass. Dude, it's right on the tip of my tongue. The word I'm looking for. Bass affiliated club, right? And you're supposed to technically get the most or enough points in your club that you qualify to go fish the STQT. As far as I know, in New Hampshire, as long as you're signed up in a bass affiliated club and you are a registered bass member, I think you technically qualify for the STQT, but someone that knows better can remind me or correct me on that. And
Pay to play.
they still have that format, but if you work your way into it and you go and you win your STQT, right? So now you've qualified to go to the next step. Well, there's like 2 more tournaments that you have to fish before you get to the national championship. Now they have another way where they have super regionals, and you pay a lot of money, like any big open tournament, to go fish these. But you can skip fishing your state's STQT and the next event, or maybe it's just the STQT, and you jump straight to the next one. You just pay your way in. So you don't have to beat all your local guys in the local pond anymore. You can just go straight to the regional. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't either. It's cool, but at the same time, it's like...
It kind of defeats the purpose of the whole grassroots aspect of it.
Yeah, but there's no such thing as grassroots anymore.
Yeah, ain't that the damn truth? Ain't that the damn truth?
Besides us.
Are we grassroots?
I am.
I don't know what we are. We're just a couple of schmucks from New Hampshire that like to go fishing and talk fishing. You guys all enjoy it, so here we are.
You guys like to listen to a bunch of these 2 idiots talk about fishing.
Hey, speaking of that,
funny.
you know what we haven't talked about in a while, or very much of? Jigs. We should bring that up.
Jigs are cool. Jigs are always cool. Jigs work. You should use them. See, you're listening.
I am trying to find another good question that was in here. Oh, no. Alec. And did I read it right where first is like 130,000 and then every other place is 2,000? No. First is 130,000 and every other place gets paid out down to $2,000 at the last at last place, at 50th place.
$130,000.
So it's tiered, like 130 for first, and it's probably like 30 something or 20,000 something for second, 18,000 for third, and so on and so forth, like all other tournaments. But then the very last guy still at least gets $2,000. That was one of the biggest things that all the pros were fighting for from Bass before they left in mass exodus when they all went to MLF. Was it was really, really hard outside of essentially the top 40, really, maybe top 50, but I think it was like really the top 40 to make a living at it, where you could not afford to struggle. If you weren't inside that cut line, you were screwed. And I know that was one major sticking point where, just the anglers putting in all the work and, the ones being the product weren't getting enough money to justify the efforts. And if you weren't one of the superstars and you just weren't making any money, as far as I know, it's still kind of like that, but at least it improved a little bit. And that, I think it was at the end of that first year that everybody left Bass. Bass changed it. And they kind of put it out to a vote. No, I think the vote was actually out to MLF, but Bass changed it to where they increased the number of spots that pay out. So, if you were still kind of on that cut line for getting a check, you were probably still struggling, but not as much before, and you had a little bit more cushion to get into that cut line to at least make a little bit of money. So it made it easier for a lot of those guys kind of in like that 50th to 70th place window, something like that. I know I'm off and up a little bit on the numbers, but the gist of what the changes was, I know I have correct. So I don't know. That's the big differences they made over the years. The thing is though, it's actually funny. What was it that they were? Oh, right. The whole at the end of the Bass Elites, everybody was complaining about, oh my God, forward-facing sonar this, forward-facing sonar that. We got to limit technology, blah blah blah, and across the board. And one of the pros is like, you guys want to talk about limiting technology? How about we talk about the payouts that have been that for the career? And that top prize has done nothing but go down or not change in like the last 20 years.
Somebody's making money.
Yeah, not the anglers.
Yeah, right.
Not the anglers at all. You remember the Forest Wood Cup?
Oh, yeah.
The FLW Cup? $500,000 for first. For several years. It's a big deal. It's a really big deal to win that. It wasn't just enough about the prestige. It came with a fat paycheck. It was like really worth your time to win it. And then they came down to 300 grand. And then I don't even know if the Classic ever was at $500,000. It may have been at one point for a short period. And that came down. But, just winning one of the top, just winning one of the elite stops has been $100,000 for how long? It's just interesting. So many different layers. Yeah, someone on Facebook.
Yeah. Bass fishing is a strange sport.
Sure is. Yeah, Grat. Make the payouts bigger, more viewers. Championship should be $1 million. Actually, at one point, I do believe the FLW Cup was $1 million. If memory serves correct, I believe it was. I'm going to, you know what?
It's a lot of friggin' money.
Oh, is my keyboard working? Nope. Why is my keyboard not working? I can't type. No typo.
Battery dead?
What the F?
Is it on?
Yeah, it is. I mean, my mouse is working and the little dongle is right there. Did you try turning on and turning off again? Oh, God damn it.
It works. You turn it off and turn it back on. It works.
$1 million winnings. I'm positive that this used to be a thing at one point. National champion. Nope. Here's the thing, though. Like, trying to go back in time to see this information is really hard. You know what? I actually don't care enough. But you guys can find out. It's there.
Yes.
So Jeremy, this one, you're absolutely right. On the last thing on this topic, and we'll move on to a different question that somebody else had. Other problems with that format, with FLW, is the spawn tournaments, catching the same fish over and over again. That was a big thing that I know a lot of people had a problem with, was when they're at Cayuga, I think. And guys, I mean, it's a catch, weigh, and release. So you're catching these tank smallies right off the bed, weighing them, put them back. Guess where they're going to go? Right where you left them. So guys were literally going back the next day and catching the same fish again and again. You can only, if you could see it, the rule was you could not catch the same fish and weigh it in the same day. But the rule didn't say you could do it in 2 consecutive days.
Yeah, but you could also catch it, move back 100 feet. I can't see it.
That's actually a good point. Where do you draw the line with that? If you're just, if you move like 200 feet away and you're bombing casts in that general area, right? Who's to say it's the same fish?
Just get rid of the spawn tournaments. It's that easy.
Very easy.
You're just ruining the population of the fish. You pull them off the bed for 4, 5, 8 hours.
Yeah.
All those fish are dead.
Yeah. I mean, Christ, we almost had a bunch of fish die.
There's like 100 of them, 200, 300 fish in the tournament that are getting caught.
Yeah, over and over and over again.
And they're all leaving their nests. And guess what? All those eggs are gone.
Right. I mean, if anything, that's probably the most detrimental thing. Even if you could safely say, every single fish that was caught during this tournament went back 100% healthy, but the eggs didn't survive. Those all got sniped in like 10 minutes after you pulled the fish.
Gone. See ya. Male's like, fuck this.
Yeah. Well, no point being here anymore.
I don't want 100 kids. I don't know. I think spawn tournaments are just kind of stupid.
Yeah, I'm with you there, which is kind of funny. I'm looking for another comment while I say this too. So I've got my eye on a few different tournaments next year, and one thing I would really love to do is fish the MLF Toyota Series on Champlain. However, so what is it? 4th of July is on a Thursday this year. So my son's 12th birthday would be on a Wednesday. Be Wednesday, his birthday, then Thursday, his 4th of July. The following Thursday is the start of the 3-day Toyota event on Lake Champlain. So I'd probably miss, a day for his birthday, and then I think we'd probably have Thursday, Friday off from work anyway. Leave Sunday morning or Sunday night, go up and scout Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on Champlain. Hopefully, at the very least, fish the first 2 days of the Toyota event, but then ideally, if I do well enough, I can fish day 3 too if I have enough weight. And then turn around and come home at the end of the day, Saturday, to pack and get on a plane to go to ICAST. So I'm there first thing Monday morning to meet with customer and get everything set up and help them set up for their booth so we can launch this product when we're there, and then be there the whole week.
That's a long freaking 2 weeks.
Yeah, but I want to do it in the worst way. But, so anyway, my concern is
your truck going to be home?
Yep.
The boat?
Yep.
Nice.
Have fun. Someone's got to use it.
I'm kidding.
I'm not.
Hopefully I can have a boat by then. We'll see.
So my concern is that it'd be a spawn tournament. Well, this is where I'm at. I would like to do it, and I'm planning on doing it, but I'm going to wait and see. And I got to double check what's the latest I can sign up for that, and then play it by ear. And if it looks like it's going to be a straight up spawn tournament, and I can make that decision like 2 weeks out, I'm not fishing it.
Cool.
Because I really just don't want to go smash beds for a tournament.
It's not fun.
I'm not going to learn anything.
It doesn't make you a better angler.
No, you go out there sun up to sun down just to mark 1,000 beds and hope that 20 pounds a day holds up for you for 3 straight days. I'm not interested in that. I'm good.
That is true, Kevin. If they could do a tournament and cut off the northern half of the lake, if it's in spawn, and the southern half is like Ty is in post spawn,
Truth.
they could cut off the northern half of the lake.
Yep.
But at the same time, who's going to listen? I'm sure there's going to be dudes that run all the way up.
Yeah, no, nobody's going to care.
Whatever.
And then there's Sean, Plunder Bay Open. Are you coming back for that?
The rules. Who?
Sean Miller for the Plunder Bay Open.
Is he what?
Is he? I was curious who's going to come back for that because he's going to be in Rochester.
He's the one that ran it, so I hope so.
I hope so too. Plunder Bay Open. For the two of us, I think the only thing I know definitively we can plan on probably Plunder Bay Open. That was fun. I'd give
that was
shot
actually
again.
a lot of fun.
And then Berkshire Bass Fall Classic. Mm-hmm. Other than that, maybe a couple of
and
NVBA.
If I have my own boat, maybe we can get in some tournaments against each other.
Yes. Well, BFL. That's a definitive.
I
I'm doing
wanna
that
do that.
because that's in August and July on Champlain. So that's a definitive yes.
Maybe
That'd
I'll
just be fun.
do it as a co.
Be fun.
Yeah.
So on that, I want to get like several guys. Actually, Garrett, when he gets back, would be a great resource to have on to talk to him about his experience as a co, because he's literally fishing the national championship, the Bass National Championship as a co, and he got there as a co, and he's done tons of BFLs as a co. And I even think he's done the Toyota Series as a co. He would be great just to have him provide. Like, I want to hear all the pros and the cons, but especially the cons, because there's no way it was like perfect, right?
There's no way it can be perfect.
Yeah.
You're always going to get somebody that's just like, don't talk, don't touch me, don't look at my grass. Whatever. You got your soft shoes on. Who was that? Who said that?
Oh, God.
got
One of the
soft
guys
shoes,
that
right?
Sean knows.
I got Crocs on. Of course I got my soft shoes.
Okay, that was Alec.
Sound like him?
Oh, God. Wait, interesting. Have y'all fished Lake Lanier? No, we are Reel Nothern Bass. That is in the south. Never been.
Lake Lanier? Lake Lanier?
Isn't that like a big lake, like way down south, like Louisiana?
I don't know where it is, but I've heard of it.
I'm pretty sure it's like Louisiana Lake. Anyway, Sean Miller. Plunder Bay Open 2024 will be bigger and better this year. 2023 was awesome. Yeah, dude, considering it was how many years? 3 years in between the last tournament and this one? There was, 50 boats?
Than that, wasn't it?
49? I forget. It's been a while. It was like 3 or 4 years.
Georgia.
Grat. There you go. I did all the Toyotas as a co this year. Another guy to have on. Be good. Aluminum Fishing Series. What makes Plunder Bay Open so great? Curious to know so I can improve too. Very simple, straightforward process set up on the greatest lake in the country in the spring for what would normally be an epic pre-spawn bite. And for some it was. For others, we did not do so hot.
We found fish.
Georgia. Oh, Georgia. I was way off. My bad.
We caught fish.
We did.
Caught fish.
Yeah, and the payouts were
that's as
phenomenal
far-
too.
Yeah. The payouts was really good.
There you go, from Sean. Paid out over 10,000, gave away almost 3,000 in giveaways. A lot of giveaways, which was good. We didn't win anything. A lot of payouts to multiple places. We didn't win anything. This tournament sucked.
We also didn't run that far.
We couldn't. Dude, the motor overheated.
Oh yeah, that's right. It ripping up tight. It was like beep. I was like, what is that noise?
We got 2/3 of the way from Ticonderoga to was it the Crown Point Bridge at the top of Bulwaga Bay. 2/3 of the way up. What is that? 8 miles. Motors.
It's
Here
pissed.
comes the
The
overheat
thing
alarm.
was
Like, oh,
so mad. Shut me off!
I'm dying. Probably should have known it was going to happen for that BFL, but whatever. We sent it. Hey, you know what? Whoever gets that boat's going to get a brand new power head in it. Not a rebuild.
Yeah.
Brand new. Brandy new.
Maybe
It's
I
going to
should
be great.
buy it. Keep it in the family. No, we had our fun with her.
Panda. Random news. Brett Hite got pegged by a big bird a few days ago fishing the One Bass Open at Lake Mojave. His face looks pretty beat up. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
That's awful.
I was ripping across Champlain in that express, and there was a spool line in the recessed footwell, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know, I was going pretty quick. Probably 60, 65, and the thing, I watched it shaking, and then all of a sudden it just let loose, and it bounced off the deck, off the windshield, and went right by my head. One of the kids was like, "That almost took your freaking head off." I'm like, "Watch your freaking language." Oh man.
I even though the boat's not doing it, for some reason, when you're alone with those kids, I envision you drive like Ace Ventura does, and like
Me?
like Jim Carrey does in Ace Ventura
chitty
too.
bang bang, hey, chitty
Pet
bang
Detective, where he's like he's going down a paved road.
Yeah, pretty much.
Are we going to do live? Are we doing a live stream tourney next year with the 5 personalities or what? Dude, I would love to. We just gotta that would actually take us time to figure out how we're gonna do that, because we'd have to pick a location that has phenomenal service across the entire lake.
5 personality? What does that mean?
And I know people do it. Kayak guys do it. I did one for Granite State Sticks. I jumped on for like an hour and a half and just kind of with Steve, and he was going through from angler to angler to angler, and I was we were talking a little bit about the channel and stuff, and they were commenting on what people were doing as they caught fish, asked them questions. But it was cool. So I mean, it can be done. Lakes region, anywhere, Lakes region, New Hampshire would probably be great. You got service perfectly everywhere you go up there. I mean, if you really want to do on a Winnie, you could. I'd rather go get my teeth kicked in on Winnisquam.
I'd rather get my teeth kicked in anywhere.
And then or we could just have cameras in the boat and release an edited version later. Man.
I'd like to do a
team of
live.
editors. A proper live would be dope.
We could stream it on Facebook like we're doing right now.
If I was going to do it, I would want to get a new mount and bring a tablet, not my phone, and just run the tablet to run.
Well, yeah. Maybe
that
we
way
should,
I actually read the chat.
I mean, if we get 5 or 6 boats, we could just get some cheap tablets off Amazon.
Probably. Oh, could you
And
do
then-
that with the Fire tablet? Yeah, because you could piggyback off of your own cell signal. You could hotspot off of it. Yeah, you could.
This could work.
It absolutely could work.
Could you see everybody else's scores as we're going too, or would that
You
just be too
would
much?
need somebody. Oh, okay. So this is actually something that Chris and I talked about, where he said, depending on what you do with the stream, some nights I could just jump in from my house because it's all on StreamYard, and I could manage a bunch of stuff for you. And I got me thinking about other things. So yes, you could do that. You would have to have how we have the banner down here at the bottom, squeaky, squeaky, that thing. You could have something like that, just an image already up, and you could constantly update that image. You have on one screen the whole stream, and then on another screen basically Photoshop, and you just keep resaving new iterations. Go into the settings, and just select not this file, but version 2 to version 3, and you could have the people's scores popped in there right off the bat. But it would require somebody sitting at home on a computer to manage all that.
Yeah, it's kind of a pain.
Point being, it can be done. It absolutely can be done.
We should do it. We'll hire Chris for the day.
I think he'd be down.
Just give me a few $100. Be like, hey,
Yeah.
sit on your ass all day.
You know how we usually do
Play
this
Rocket
for
League
video
on the other
games?
screen, and on that one, just
Now you get to actually make money at it.
right.
Like back in the day.
That would be a blast. That'd
Score
be so
tracker.
much fun.
Exactly. Score tracker. Okay. Would your
Chris
phone service
can
provider
sit there
use that
and
much
beep
data?
every time.
Yeah.
You need a beep button. Just constantly a beep on my stream.
That'd be good. Even Jason said he'd chip in. Yeah, Jason, Kevin, we have a score tracker. I think it could be done. I think it would. So the only thing, just to be on the safe side, Chris wouldn't, whether it be Chris or somebody else, they wouldn't be able to just sit there and be like listening in and make sure they caught everything that was said, right? Like, what if you didn't hear the weight of somebody weighing a fish? They mumbled or something. Might cut out whatever. So there would have to be a follow up, like Instagram group chat or Messenger or something.
I'll just send in the weights.
Yep. Just wait another this, and
send it to Chris.
Yep,
and then he can input it.
I guarantee you there's a way you could update that live instead. I guarantee you I could find something that you could have like an overlay, like the banner.
Like above a scale.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be dope.
They're $200 a piece, though.
Yeah. But then that's the other thing too. If we're gonna no. Would we do it? Would we what would we rather do? Actually, no. All right, question for you guys. Open topic night for you, the viewers. What would you rather see? MLF style, or just weighing on the water and let it go? Or do you want to see the action as the day is going and then weigh in at the end of the day? If we're going to do the latter, where there would actually be a weigh-in for our best 5 at the end of the day, you would have to have somebody already there, already set up.
Use this camera.
Yep.
To do the weigh-in.
And already be set up. And then, so whoever's doing it there, they get set up, fire up the camera, and then they just join in on StreamYard. And Chris would see it, like, okay, yep, so in like 5 minutes, I'm going to cut to this camera. And be able to see everybody running back on the lake and everything. And right as soon as 3 o'clock hits, when the end of the tournament's done, we just, boom, stage is already ready, grab your bag, start pulling fish up. And do it in the same order that you left in. Instead of like, oh, no, they got in first, but I kind of want them to weigh first. No, if you were boat 1, you're weighing first. And just cut out any of that uncertainty with it. So that way it's just like really, really, really quick, everybody punching through it, and everybody knows what they're supposed to be doing and when. I know on boat 1, I have to go weigh first.
Or we could do a normal tournament. Say we draw 20, 30 boats.
Yeah.
And we put in a hat. We pick a number out of a hat, and that's who gets a camera and whatever for the day.
That could also work.
Just like 1 through, like, say we have 5 tablets or 5 cameras, 5 whatever.
Yeah.
We have 5 cameras. Yeah, you just pick out of a hat, and then whoever gets it, gets it.
Okay. So wait, hang on. We have...
Doesn't mean we're going to be the ones that are being filmed all day. It's
going
to be one of you guys.
Right. Okay, so we have MLF. I'll count MLF, you count weigh-in. So 1 MLF, 1 weigh-in. That's you. Weigh-in you. Weigh-in you. Another on the water. Another weigh-in for you. Another weigh-in for you. Okay.
I'm winning.
That clearly works. Samatus. Jamie did say camera boats. Move around. So that would also be potentially doable. But how would you do that?
We should get a camera boat.
If it was a constant live stream where there was always something to watch, you would have to probably have multiple boats so that when someone's running and they've got camera down, or even in this case, probably just their phone, you'd be able to cut back to somebody else. Oh, damn. See, that gets a lot more complex. If for like a lot of boats. But if you were to just do like a rotating thing, kind of like the kayak series does, where it's like you got a team of like 20 people, but you're only putting up 5 of your anglers against 5 of the other team's anglers.
Is that how it works?
They do something similar, something like that, yeah. Huh. Oh man, my brain is cranking thinking about how this could work.
It's a lot.
Number of options. You know what? And we know plenty of guys with clubs. They already have all the equipment, so we could try and, even if we got to pay them a little bit, but it's easier to just pay them, have them bring their equipment than for us to. But if we did that with collaboration with like Ben's, that'd be great.
I'll drive you around. Just talk shit to every boat we roll up to. I'm not fishing this tournament. I'm going to be in the boat with Jamie. This is going to be great.
Oh my God. That would be amazing. I actually want this to happen now. Oh crap, here comes Jamie.
Oh God.
What are you doing over there, you idiot? There's no fish there.
What are you throwing? A jig? Just sit there and just prop wash everything you're fishing.
Oh my God. You throwing green pumpkin? That's definitely a good choice.
Everybody, this idiot's throwing a green pumpkin jig.
What up, kid? You even know how to fish? Hey, dum-dum. Oh my god, that'd be freaking amazing. Dude, if we had Jamie in one boat and Jerry Toohill in the other boat.
God. No, just have them together.
No, that'd be too much. You can't put those two together.
It'd be awesome. Oh my god.
Honest to God, Jerry has wants zero to do with anything that we do with stuff like this, but he would sign up for that.
Having their boat show up with both of them in it, it'd be like the freaking ice cream truck. You'd hear them coming from a mile away, and you'd be running the other way instead of towards it.
Jerry, what are you doing Saturday? Probably fishing. Why? Well, if you're interested, we'd love you to come out and be like one of the camera boats. Get effed!
Go you!
Here's the catch. You're going to insult everybody while your camera guy films for
I'm
you.
in.
What time do I need to be there? I'll bring coffee.
Oh, he's just gonna sit there and bitch about his work all day. Yeah, they got this freaking idiot with.
Dude, I want him to do it. That'd be amazing.
Dude, this is gonna be a fun trail. Oh my god, this could be really good.
We just hired a bunch of amateur comedians. I mean, obviously Jamie, yeah,
Patty
and Jerry, and yeah. Okay. Oh my god, no, we're done. That's it. We need 3 camera boats. Patty, Jamie, and Jerry. If we can get all 3 of those people, we're done.
That's it. That's all we need. Oh my god. Patty gives all them a run for their money.
That'd be so good.
God, this could be good.
Boat Potato finally sounds like good reality TV. Oh my god! All right, I'm going way back in the chat because I know there's a couple of good questions I missed that I really want to get to while I can. In the meantime, while I'm looking, you mentioned the FXR code. We've had a lot of people reach out for it. And I just want to keep reiterating it because it's been a lot of people keep.
I mean, if you want
and they've been very happy with it.
Good rain gear, you want good warm bibs, you want good gloves, you want good hats, sun shirts, anything. You guys need to hit us up for that code. Ask Alec. Alec will vouch for us. It is a really, really good discount. I mean, did you see the pictures of us on day 1 of the Berkshire tournament? We looked absolutely drenched, to the bone wet, but we weren't. We were completely dry underneath. The only spot I was wet was on my back where I had my hood down half the day. But that's because I didn't have my hood on. See, Alec, stupid good. Can confirm.
Oh, I'd pin that. I'm going way back, man. I'm making sure I didn't miss anything good. I'm going way back.
I was reading all of it.
Okay, no, we did get everything thus far. That was, bam, there it is. Discount code is stupid good. Can confirm. Yeah, but per our contract, we are not allowed to publicly share it. However,
can't tell you what it is, but we can tell you what it is.
Yeah. And we can give it to anybody. And more than anything, if you guys know of friends that want to use it and you already know of it, you are free to also share it. So by all means, go for it.
I mean, if you guys like getting almost twice the amount of stuff.
Almost. That's the extent of what we're allowed to legally say.
And I'm pushing it. I like to push my luck with sponsors.
It's definitely not the most positive of ways to put it, but the way I always put it is the discount code that we're allowed to share for anybody else to use, I mean, literally anybody, would make any patch pirate cry out of jealousy. That's a very negative but accurate way to tell you how good the code is without actually telling you what the code is. So there's that.
Yeah.
Dan said, weigh in and live stream the weigh-in. You have a page made and have 5 admins and 5 editors. They all post content at assigned times. Don't know if that would work, but throw it out there. No, you just still have... You wouldn't be able to have multiple sources. You could have multiple sources going on at the same time. But depending upon what's going on for audio, you'd have to kill audio out on one thing in order to not basically overburden the audio, or you just wouldn't hear anything. It would be like cacophony of noise.
Almost, Ryan. Almost.
God damn it, Ryan. You know, it's funny. when I went out to my cousin's wedding, we were driving out to New York, and it was in a 55 zone, and it was one of the first times out of this 4-hour drive that I wasn't stuck behind somebody. So I was on it in my truck, and we passed one of those stupid little blinking signs. This is your speed, slow down. And it was kind of like around a turn. I could see it coming up. So I just took my foot off the gas, and I knew I was speeding. And it registered, your speed, 69. And Chrissy looks right over me. Her head snaps. She goes, nice.
Dude, his truck does not slow down on its own. I'm telling. It just keeps going and going and going. It's fast. I like it.
I let him drive home from our buddy DJ's house Saturday after coming home from Champlain, because all said and done, like just pure driving is 4 hours from where we launched at the Kings Bay up in North Hero to then swing by DJ's house, drop his boat off, and then get back to my house. But from DJ's to my house, like an hour and 10 minutes. At that point, dude, I was cooked. I'd only slept for 2 hours before we even hit the road, and I was tired. I'm like, you can just drive on the way home. And he was like, okay. And I just leached over, took a tow haul, put it in sport. I said, had fun.
This is so much fun. Hi, ho, chi chi, bang bang.
Barrel rolling down the hill.
Like a cliff.
All right, any other questions? I didn't realize it's already 9 o'clock. Damn. Felt like a half
I'm
day.
still drinking coffee.
Sean Miller. It was a long freaking day and only a 2.5 hour drive. Yeah, but it was fun. I'm glad we got to get up there with you before you move, which is very sad. And very happy to meet Christian. He's going to do extremely well at Douglas. It was a good day. Like I said, we had a little over 15 pounds in our best 5 is what we figured. I had one 4-pound smallie. That was our biggest fish for the day. We had a couple of 3s to go with it. Several 2s. Quite a few dinks, but like didn't really kill it quality-wise or numbers-wise. Like I said, 15 pounds on 5 fish in New Hampshire, you're going to cash a check.
15 pounds on Champlain, you're going to be in dead last.
Yeah, you leave at noon. Well, might as well beat the traffic. But you can't be mad on a day like that on Champlain because it's Champlain. And it's one of the most beautiful lakes I've ever been on. And
yeah,
there's plenty
I got a
of
good
places.
picture at the end of the day, which made my day better.
Yep. God, I love that lake. I can never be mad when I'm out there. Christ, dude, I blew my motor and cost myself 2 pounds for being late because of that on the BFL. And while I was sad, I wasn't upset per se. And I let it go relatively quickly. But it didn't ruin it. If I were literally anywhere else, that would have ruined me. And I would have been so mad and just absolutely irate at everything in the whole world, the whole 9 yards. But then I remembered I'm on Champlain fishing for another week, and my good buddy there, DJ, let me borrow his boat. So I'm like, how can I be mad? I'm on Champlain.
Yeah, I broke off 3 different baits back to back to back casts. I was just like, fuck this.
When, this past weekend, or we were up there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, whatever.
Remember when I lost 3 jigs and 5 casts and 2 to a pike?
4 jigs, 2 casts.
Yeah.
Pretty much how it went down.
Oh, there we go. Ryan, do you prefer the MB or regular open water snipers? And any idea when the lead ones are dropping? The lead ones are coming very soon, and I absolutely prefer the MB version. So for those that are not aware, there's the open water sniper jig from Beast Coast Fishing. And there's the regular ones, which are a 44-strand cut on the skirt, and then there's the MB versions, which is just a 22-strand cut on the skirt. The skirt length is the same. There's a slight difference in color schemes for what you have for options in the MB versus all the regular ones, but my goodness, I must tell you, we catch way more fish and a lot bigger fish on the MB versions. There's a lot more that goes into it than just simply throwing the MB, and we're not going to share a lot of that.
Think of the loons. Oh, God, that's great.
All I know is that, as far as I know, lead is still not banned in New York. And we are definitely going to Lake Ontario for the last week of the open season in May on the Canadian side. And I already told Derek, I was like, you better be ready with those lead jigs, and like you need to be restocked for like the last week of April, because there's going to be like 8 of us going on this trip, and we need to stock up on all of that.
We need all of them.
We need all of them, because we're going to lose all of them. See, there you go. Lead is good to go. Actually, Sean, you bringing your brother up? Ryan, you going to come with us for this trip?
You better.
We've got a house that I think we still have time to lock down. That would be mad cheap. It can sleep like 16 people, but I'm hoping if we get like 8 to 10 people, as long as we have a minimum of 6, it's still mad cheap. If we had 8, that'd be great. 10 would be even better. I think once we get over 10, things might get a little hectic.
It might turn into a frat house.
Yeah. Not with Officer TJ on the loose,
Yeah,
on the prowl.
The couch is gonna be eating me.
We're gonna get up. We're gonna be too rowdy in the middle of the night, and TJ's just gonna walk out in his skibbies and his pistol. He's gonna be like, "Hey, shut the up!" I'm trying
No,
to
he's
sleep.
just gonna come out and he's like, "Huh? Yeah, you guys should probably go to bed."
We're not gonna hear anything. He's just gonna hear. You guys done yet? Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Trying my best, sir.
Sorry, sir. I'm doing my best. Oh, God. Ryan, all right. Shoot me your email, and I'll get you roped in. Loon Fishing Series, thank you very much, sir. Have a great night. I actually just finished my rum and
Adios.
coke. I'm going to pour another one after this because
Christopher.
I have a lot of editing to do tonight on that video from Champlain on Saturday. Actually, if I can get the rough edit done and get a good jump on the final edit, I'll be in good shape. I'm probably going to be at work for like 12 hours tomorrow. I'm already tired, man.
Day tomorrow.
God,
I think I'm staying late tomorrow. I think.
Yeah. I know. I'm going to have to. There's just no way around it. I'm going to have to. Oh, it is what it is. You know what? Tell you what. Oh, Sean, there you go. Thank you. Hide this. Ryan, thank you. Oh, my goodness. Carla, you're amazing. Thank you very much, Carla. Andrew's mom for the donation.
She's always beating you guys.
Oh, and Josh. No, sorry, John. Want to make sure.
You guys are the punch again.
Thank you very much, John. Appreciate you as well. I did not see those earlier. I apologize. Oh, and a very happy birthday to our buddy there, David Roy.
Oh, Mr. David Roy.
Did you text him?
I did not. I will right now.
Do you have his number?
Yeah, of course I do.
There you go. Okay. All right, tell you what. Let's call it a night there. Because an hour has been a pretty good time frame to go with. We answered a good amount of questions. We had fun. People had fun. There's a lot of chat going on here. We appreciate you guys as always. Before you go, if you haven't done so yet, please leave a like on the stream. I don't care if you're watching on YouTube or if you're watching on Facebook. And for those that are listening to this after the fact on Spotify, if you haven't done so yet, please leave a rating. Follow us. I think it's follow on Spotify. Yeah, I swear to God, I'm tech savvy. And thank you, Jamie. And I don't know. We'll see you guys next week. Andrew, do you think?
We will see you next week.
Maybe we.
We'll see you guys next week on Wednesday. Holy crap, I'm bad today.
You can do it.
Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at youtube.com/ReelNorthernBass. We will see you guys next week.
Next
Adios.
week. Muchachos.
Goodbye. Adios, muchachos.